Hey everybody, my name is Ashley Rush and I'm an independent creative memories advisor located in North Carolina. Today I am so excited to be playing with two new things for our collection. I've got the Spring Leaves frame punch, so a frame punch means it can be used as a border punch and it can also be used to go all the way around and create frames. So I'm excited about that. So I keep saying excited. Can you tell that I'm excited? There's so many new things. Excited, excited, excited. Anyways, so we'll be using the new Spring Leaves frame punch as well as our beautiful new Rainbow Dots pin collection. This one is so cute. You get all of these pins in this cool roll-up pouch, and I can't wait to play with them and see how I can combine these two together. To complete this project, you're going to need a sheet of cardstock. I'm just going to use white. You're going to need your brand new Spring Leaves frame punch. You're going to need a tape runner. Repositionable is really going to be your friend here. And then you're going to need our brand new Rainbow Dot pin case. And we'll be focusing, although it comes with dual tip and dot pins, we're going to be focusing on our dot pins here. So I'm going to pull out some of these colors. I know I'm going to need green, maybe purple. Really, I ought to just pull them all out because I don't know what I'm going to be doing quite yet. All right, so I'm going to put everything else away. There's a chance we'll need our trimmer later. I haven't really planned this out too much, so we're just gonna kind of go with the flow and see what happens. So I'm gonna start by opening up my Spring Leaves frame punch. Now you'll notice that like all of our other border punches, we've got these marks on the front indicating where to start our border. But if you wanted to turn this into a frame, you've also got lines on what I usually call our whale tail. So if you would like to go all the way around your paper, this is where you start. We are going to start by doing a straight border. If we've got time or if I've got inspiration, we may also do a frame. So let's go ahead and get started. I'm going to line that paper up with that black mark on the front of our punch. And once I've got it resting on that, what I call whale tail, I'm going to give it a punch. And then I'm going to slide it over so that my punch, piece of punch paper covers up that shadow on the back. So that looks pretty good to me. Maybe I should stand up so I can actually see it. There we go. That looks good to me. And you're just going to continue to slide and punch until you get to the end of your paper. And I have a gorgeous leaf design here on the paper. As you can see, this is an attached design, meaning it stays attached to the paper I punched it from. If you want it to be detached, simple fix. Bring in your trimmer and just trim it off. So I'm going to do that. And I'm just going to take, I don't know, I really just want a little bit of the base of the design, and that's it. Make it about 1.25 inches all the way through. Sounds good to me. That gives me this beautiful freestanding border. I'm done with my trimmer for the moment. I'm going to take my paper, and then I'm also going to take my border here, and I'm going to put some repositionable tape runner on the back of my border, and I'm going to adhere it right back onto the paper it came from. It's white on white, I know, but we're going to fix that soon. I'm just going to adhere it to this top. You'll want to run your finger along the edge and get rid of any of those visible dots you may see. So here, I don't know if the camera can pick up, I've got a little bit of my repositionable adhesive poking through. If you rub it, it'll disappear. Okay. Whoopsies. Flying rubber band. I'm also seeing I've got a little adhesive still in these little circles, and I really want to make sure those aren't visible, not sticking to the paper. So I'm just going to take the pointy end of my multi-purpose tool and rub it through any crevices that I think that adhesive might be hiding in. Oh, boogers. That's okay. All right. Pretty happy with how that turned out. Now we're going to take our dot pins and we're going to start dotting. I'm going to start with my purple, and you're going to be using the dot tip. So that's the one with the clear cap. Looks like just sort of a big round nib. Now these work very simply. If you hold them down to your paper, they make little dots. The longer you hold it down, the bigger the dot is. So you guys can see that up close. I'm going to take my dots and I'm going to start going over where I have put my border. I'm going to find those little holes here. You can see them better in the design on the actual punch. And I'm just dotting around. I wasn't too precise. It is okay that I've got ink sort of coming off of the hole. I am seeing where I've missed a spot. Just want to go through and make sure you've got the coverage you want. Very pretty, very nice. Now I'm just going to choose another color. I'm going to do with my green, and I'm going to start with my little leaves. Again, I'm using that big dotting nib. You can experiment with how long you hold the nib down to get the coverage you want. So I've finished with my green. Again, this is your chance to sort of look through, check your coverage. You want to make sure you're not overlapping. So I almost hit the paper on the other side there. And you can just re-dot anywhere that looks like it's a little sparse in ink. And now I'm trying to decide, do I want this portion here? I'll show it on the punch. Do I want this portion here to be like a green leaf as well, or do I want it to kind of be a bud? I'm kind of tempted to put some pink there. Let's go with pink and see what happens. Alright, I think I have filled all my holes. I'm pretty happy with the coverage there. You're going to want to wait a little bit to make sure this is completely dry. Okay, so I've waited a few minutes and I'm tired of waiting, so I'm going to go ahead and pull it up and hopefully not ruin anything. So I'm just going to gently work on pulling that off of my base paper. Alright, so I should have my actual border here, and then what I've created down there. This is where you're going to want to make sure it's dry. You're now going to carefully go through and rub off any of the repositionable adhesive that might still be floating around. that came off pretty well and didn't stick. Yay. And then you can do the same on your border. Oh no, I just ripped it. It's okay. I got a little overzealous with my rubbing. It's fine. It'll be, oh man, it'll be fine. Right, once you have removed all of your adhesive, you are left with two different borders. You've got the one you punched out that now has like a really pretty sort of watercolor-esque border to it. Ignore my rip. I can fix that later. So on one side, you've really got the sort of over the edge colors. You can see it's completely covering some parts of the border. But if you flip it over, you'll just get little hints of color. So depending on what vibe you're going for, you can have, I don't know if you guys can even see that. This one, you just have a bare hint of green. Maybe if I held it up to actual paper instead of my skin. There. You can see bare hints of green around the leaves. The little buds are what I'm calling them. I believe the edges are pink. The dots are purple. Versus the reverse side where you've got the color hanging over the edge. All right, so now I'm going to use these two different borders. So I need to cut this one off just to create some fun, beautiful borders that I could use on a page. So I need my trimmer back just so I can trim this guy off. So that was a little more than a 1 1/4, so I probably could have trimmed it a little smaller. And now I'm just going to sort of layer and figure out what looks good to me. Okay, I think I'm going to use a combination of our purple ice cardstock. I just wanted to reconfirm how thick this guy is. About 1 1/2. I'm going to make him exactly 1 1/2. Take just a small trimming off. Okay. And now I think I'm going to take my purple ice and go, let's try 2 and see how that looks. I like that. All right, and then I'm going to switch out my blades. I want to do maybe a scallop. Okay, so I'm going to just open up my housing here. I'm going to start with my scallop label facing to the outside right edge. Now I'm going to just take a little bit off this white. Okay. I think I've decided I want it the other way. I'm going to flip that so that my scallop is actually on the left edge. And that's just a matter of, this is going to be the part I use for my border, and to me this looks more like waves, and I'm wanting to get this sort of bumpy look, if that makes sense. So that's why I swapped it. Just going to line my paper up again. All right, can you guys see the difference there? There we are. Flip it over. And I'm going to do, let's see, if the other one was 2, let's go to like 2.5. So I've got bumpies on the outside. Close that. And then I'll be adding the purple ice on top. And then my stamped flowers on top of that. How do we feel? I think it looks really cute. We could maybe put another color between these, but I like it the way it is. Keep it simple. Let me go ahead and assemble that. And it's stinking darling. I love how it came out. This would be great for spring, garden, Easter, baby. It reminds me of those hand-painted borders we used to put around the top of our rooms. Like, you guys know what I'm talking about? Like, you would get a stencil and you would go around the top or like around the chair rail and stencil something onto your room all the way around. Love it. Adore it. Can't wait to use it. So now let me see what I can do with this guy to match. Would it look good with the purple behind? I kind of think yes. I do have some other color options. We could go with like the soft pink, but I don't like that. Maybe canary yellow. I mean, that's an option. So far, I think I'm liking the purple ice best just because it makes that green really pop. So let's just go with the purple ice. I'm going to go ahead and just adhere this down and we can trim it off in a minute. And I'm just doing my best to make sure that that little piece gets adhered at the end. I guess before I do that, I need to decide, do I want the little hint of color or do I want the sort of color washed look? I think I like this. I know it's messier. I know it's uneven. It's different, but it's giving me like kid crafts. So I think it'd be great for a little kid's art page. And I'm just going to get this as close to the edge with just a little bit of extra. And then carefully rub off the excess. Try not to rip it again. And I already think it's stinking darling. I'm just going to trim off here, making sure I remember to swap out my blades so I don't accidentally make it scallopy. And I'm just giving myself just the slightest bit of purple edge to work with. Sort of balance out some of that purple we have at the top. Now, does it need a scallop border like that guy has? I think, why not? Maybe we could try that in a different color. Like I've got, is Island Waters too much? It might be. Maybe this is where I bring the canary in. Or just the light pink. Also got tangerine. Oh no, 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 no to the tangerine. Let's just give it a dainty little pink scallop. Which means, once again, I'm flipping out my blades. I'm using the scallop with the title on the left-hand edge. I need to measure this little sucker. So if he's just shy of 1.5, I'll do maybe just shy of 2. So I start by giving it just a little border. Right. And then you need to make sure you flip it over so that you are using the same pattern, so that you'll get the same pattern for your blades. So I'm going to go just a wee bit shy of 2. And then I can adhere that on and get another just precious little border. I think I could have gone even smaller on my pink outside just to give it a little more, I don't know, just like daintiness. This one is definitely giving me like baby nursery, baby announcement, like little kid arts and craft vibes. But I love them both. Do you guys prefer the sort of inked edge of the border, or do you like the stencil effect? Holy cow, that was an adventure. I kind of knew what was happening. I practiced a little bit just to like for proof of concept, but did not know where this was gonna go. Took it a couple steps further, and I really love how they turned out. I just love like the cutesy arts and crafts vibes that it's getting. They're not so clean cut, which is very strange because I generally like very clean straight lines, and it's adorable. So I asked you in the video, but now you guys can see them together. Do you like the top one, which is like the one that uses the border and the outlines, or do you like the bottom one that had more of the stencil effect? I love them both. I kind of wish with the stencil, maybe I had gone through and inked the edge of that white, that initial white border, like in green, just to help it maybe pop a little more off of that purple background. But I love it. It's so stinking cute. I'm not sure I can pick a favorite. It's like Sophie's choice. I just don't know. All right, I look forward to hearing what you guys have to say. I plan on posting these on my Facebook and Instagram and doing an official poll. So make sure you guys head over there to get your vote in, and stick around, follow me, because this is where I post almost daily content. It's also the best way to get in touch with me. You can send me messages or ask me questions in the comments and I'll get back to you. So yeah, I try and respond to all of those if I can. Next, if you're interested in coming to any of my events, I've got one coming up the weekend of St. Patrick's Day. Check out my Square site. It's where I list those. It's where it's easy for you to sign up. And then last but not least, if you want to get your hands on the new Rainbow Dot Pin collection or the beautiful new Leaf Punch, then check out my Creative Memories website. I make a small percentage off of everything I sell there, and it helps me run this channel. And if you love all things Creative Memories, you're like, man, I need that punch, and I need that trimmer, and I need those pens, and I need, then let's talk about you joining my team. It's a great way to get a personal discount for all of your needs. And then if you decide that you want to grow, it's a great way to bring in some extra income for your family like I do. All right, guys, that is it for me this week. I look forward to seeing you next time. Bye.